Right, let me get tea. Yeah. Oh. It's so hard for me to sit down now. Just, I wish all of my joints worked as intended. Bear with me 1 second. I want to get certain stuff up on my screen. Hope everyone is doing well. I haven't turned on the stream proper yet. Like my face, you won't see my face yet. You'll see it in a minute. Got a cup of tea here. Got a load of Dungeons and Dragons notes on my screen because I've become even more nerdy. So I'm talking away from my mic as well. I'm the worst. I'm gonna slurp my tea. I'm gonna look for there's stuff I had on my screen which I've now lost. I suppose we can put this up here as well. Some of the stuff from Molly. That up as well. I might as well, let's get Haskaha's website up on the screen as well. Might refer to it. I use Haskaha for a load of stuff. He has amazing screenshots and he lets me use them because he's a legend. You are one of my favourites, Haskaha. I hope I can do stuff to help you in the future. The Molly... There isn't a... Where's the Molly statement on... There it is. Bam, bam, bam. I think we're ready. I think we're good. I think we're good and ready. Oh, I know. One last thing. Talking... what else we got? I need to post that I'm streaming. Streamy boy. Which other BoredGamer UK. Cool. And that's drop out of Discord. I've got my pop-up for Discord there. Good. My Discord is discord.gg/BoredGamer. Then I'm going to go on the Twitters. I'm also going to post that I'm streaming. And then you're going to see my face. I would say beautiful face. But I think we all know that would be a lie. BoredGamer. I are streamy boy. Perfect. Think. Close that. Think then. Probably click here. Got my lovely facey boy. Oh, it's a little bit wiggly woggly in the background, isn't it? 1 second. It's going to go black for a second. Let's change the filters. Change this up by 5. Hopefully. That's a good bit better. There we are. Oh, wait, making me blush. Hope everyone's doing okay. I know for a lot of people, lockdown now is in a weird place. Either it's entirely subsided, either you're mega locked down. Some people are partly locked down. Some people are totally back to life as normal. In the UK, it's sort of up and down. And I think it's no meetings of more than like 6 people. No meetings of more than 6 people. Which is a bit of a shame. But doesn't affect me too much. I miss going out every 3 weeks or so to the pub to see mates. Obviously, I can't do that. I miss sneezing in public. I miss sneezing in public. Yeah, that's a good one, actually. I do miss that, because if I sneezed in public now, people would be looking at me like I just kicked their child. I suspect. Probably because I just go around kicking children. No, I don't. Board game conventions. My mates run a board game convention a couple of times a year, which is a big one called StarCon South. And they had to do it remotely this time, which was mixed success. I mean, it worked, but there was just a fraction of the people there, and it's not as good as playing board games live for sure. But I'm gonna have a bit of a random chat for the first like 5 or 10 minutes about just general stuff before we move on to Star Citizen. It's a major topic because people are, you know, they're going to be coming in, maybe still, hopefully. I mean, maybe no one will turn up. But I love you, all of you guys, for being here. Like to have a nice little ranty ramble. I'm starting a Dungeons and Chaos Squall or Chaos Squall. Thank you very much appreciated for the sub. So yeah, I'm starting a D&D campaign on Thursday at a mate's house. And some sessions might be done remotely in the future based on the change on lockdown. But it's all a load of people that are vulnerable or like quite vulnerable, that are very, 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 very overly safe with the lockdown. So like it's me and a few other people that are either shielding people or are vulnerable themselves. So we've got like we bring our own glasses, and there's a good distance between us, and we'll wear masks where sensible and possible, and everyone's got their own hand wash, and it's people that don't go out other than that, basically. But sort of like it's gonna be pretty nerdy. It's D&D. It should be nice and safe. It should be a illness-free zone. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't worry. We're like, oh my god, you're going out to see people, and it's weird. We're in a weird position and a weird place in the world at the moment, where some people are like, meh, fine. It's like, you'll be fine. And other people are like, oh my god, you can't go out. Whereas I'm mostly thinking, you follow the rules so that less people get ill. And that's your social duty. That's the way I see it. But at the same time, follow the rules and don't be overly panicked constantly, because otherwise you go a bit mad. And I'm anxious anyway as a person. You want me to wear a like hazmat suit? But yeah, board games? Question mark. What? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. So one of the things I want to talk about today is what's happening on the 10th, as far as we know, because we don't know a huge amount, but we know a lot about what's not happening. And I'll have a look at a little bit about what they've said previously. Molly went on to say earlier today that there's no CitizenCon this year. No CitizenCon. We said that in May. People have been saying that there's going to be some sort of big event on the 10th. Not going to be a big event. There is going to be some things happening on the 10th to celebrate Star Citizen's birthday, but it is not a CitizenCon. Don't expect anything near CitizenCon. So we'll talk about that a bit. If you would like to ask a question about anything, question in brackets, that will get through to me, so I can hopefully find it in the eventual myriad of questions I'll be asked. Zin actually narrated one of the videos today for me. I've got another video coming out probably straight after the stream. So the video coming out after the stream will be looking at 3.11 going to Open PTU, because 3.11 is now in Open PTU, and we're expecting that CIG or at least I am expecting that CIG are pushing, as I've said for a while, for 3.11 live 10th of October. That makes sense. There's going to be a lot of little things happening. You're right, Sarge. Yeah, we talk a load before streams and stuff now. It's weird having certain people here regularly that you talk to, like when Zin turns up on stream as well. Like, hey Zin. Why is Chris hiding behind you? He's not. He's just giving me encouragement. He doesn't actually need to be there as much anymore. I think he just got used to it. Because there's no NDA to break the Evocati stuff now, because we're all playing 3.11. Or anyone that wants to play 3.11 that's got a game package can. But it's quite a light patch, that 3.11 patch. There's still a load of bugs on the PTU, although they've worked through a lot of them, which is good. So let me go over some real quick sort of little bits of news. I'm interested to know if anyone's going to be affected by these AVX requirements. So Star Citizen will, coming to the launch tomorrow, require AVX extensions on your CPU. So that's not going to affect CPUs within the last basic 9 or so years. They all got AVX on there. as far as standard commercial sort of CPUs go. I'm not sure about workstation CPUs, and I used to do a lot of workstation builds previously on my channel because they're very cheap to do. So I'm not sure what instruction sets they actually use. But as long as you're like second or third generation Intel onwards, you'll be fine. It will actually hit you, Fataki. That's a real weird one. Yeah, so it's third generation Intels onwards. I know a lot of people that had 20. Oh fuck! Oh, pardon my French. 2600Ks. I used to build them in loads of PCs. Well, the 2600K not. That's weird. So, okay, I'll do a bit more research into it. It's third generation onwards, not second generation onwards. Yeah, so up until like maybe 3 years ago, I was still going, look, the 2600K is such a cheap processor for what it can do. It's like when you want to do like budget builds, like a full PC under 200 quid sort of thing, like $200. You'd use a 2600K, or you'd go workstation route and have a couple of workstation CPUs. So that's really interesting, because that means a lot of CPUs are actually going to be affected. Although, obviously, Star Citizen is coming out in a few years' time and everything, and it's going to be sort of like, hopefully, cutting edge when it comes out. There's an expectation that it's not going to work on incredibly low-end PCs, or very, very old PCs, so bear that in mind. It is a shame that something like that might not be supported in the same way. So I will do a bit more research and talk about that in a bit more. I'm going to have to upgrade anyway. Indeed, that is true. But yeah, that's just interesting. I suppose I just assumed it was older CPUs than that. I thought it was. I thought second generation were fine. Don't really know what to expect. Is there like a favourite gimmick for the community that's highly requested at the moment? What? What are you talking about? So other things, buyback tokens. So buyback tokens, for people that don't know, you can buy back every quarter one ship using store credit. You can buy back any time using real money, but if you've melted something, so you've gone, don't want this anymore, melt it, you can actually buy it back using store credit once a month, once a quarter, not a month. And they released the schedule for next year, so the start of January, start of April, start of July, start of October, you'll get those buyback tokens, and they've just refreshed one as well. And I want to give lots of love to Mr. Haskaha. I use his pictures in my thumbnails all the time at the moment because he is better at getting screenshots than I am by several degrees, and he's a good chat. And I'm also I'm going to be helping him judge a screenshot competition soon. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you very much for getting me involved with that. Very much appreciated. So, what have we got question-wise? Let's have a look here. What type of tea? I have an espresso. That's not a tea, that's a coffee. You're a monster. Have you got anything more solid regarding the rumours of the new ships, which may or may not be available with the launch of 3.11? So, 3.11, for sure, the 100 series. For 3.11.x branch, so later, not the initial launch, the Mercury Starrunner. That's coming out. There's a lot of talk about the Xi'an cargo ship, which was mentioned at last year's CitizenCon. The mobile refinery, which was also mentioned last year at CitizenCon. And more recently, Star Citizen leaks have talked about an RSI Odin gunboat. We don't know if any of them are going to be released or go to concept on the 10th of October, or at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo on the 23rd of November. It's expected that there will be some things like that. It might not even be those, there might be other ships as well. Are any of them going to be straight to flyable? I don't think so, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. I have not been told, let me turn this music down somewhat. I have not been told if that is the case. I've not been hinted. There's no one that's rumoured that to me. And typically I would have heard something. Question is Squadron 42 still penciled in for Q4 beta this year? It wouldn't matter to us whether or not it is or not. The Squadron 42 beta that they will be producing is for their use. We will not get the beta. It might go to some Evocati, potentially, but that would be likely just before the game released, so they could get a patch out, like maybe a day one patch or whatever, do you know what I mean? So there's no major issues that you'd have with a lot of game releases. But the beta is for them, not for us. And I would expect the Squadron 42, the plan to have changed by a quarter or two. I would expect it I expect at least a 2-quarter delay, in my opinion. That mixture because of CitizenCon not being this year, and basically being postponed. As I said, we'll talk more about that in a second, because I think that's going to be the big start of marketing for them. And because I think the global situation and general just Star Citizen-based delays have caused Squadron 42 to be pushed. Board still has complete beta by Q3 2020 in his description. Well, that's because that's what it said last time we saw the roadmap, and it still says that up on the roadmap. So, and I haven't been bothered to change that because I haven't got any more information on that. But as I said, it doesn't actually technically matter to us, although I do expect it to have been delayed by a quarter or two. So let's have a look. So yeah, you can see here Squadron 42 beta is planned. Was planned for Q3 2020. The sort of that's when they wanted to have their beta sort of done by. I expect that's more likely to be done if by sort of Q1 2021. But we will know more once they release the new roadmap. So we've got the new roadmaps that are coming shortly, within weeks, is what I've been told. But we'll have to wait and see. Basically, the new roadmaps go over sprint reports and breakdowns of teams, much better breakdown of individual features, what's being worked on them, how far they are with them, and a load more information. So we can much more readily judge what is going on with a patch and features. I'm not sure how far ahead it's going to look, whether it's just going to be 2 quarters, whether it's going to be a year, whether it's going to be a year and look at some other features on the sides. That's what I'd hope. I call it beta. You might call it beta, but you're wrong. What else have we got? Oop. Long time no see, Board. Do you know if Star Citizen are adding 32:9 support? So expect high res and odd shaped and super widescreen and curved monitors all to be supported. I've talked to some people that are doing that, or I've talked to some people that have given me answers on that, and they said, yes, sensible things like that will be supported. There may be edge cases, which they will have to take a look at separately, but they plan to support all the bases and all the basics. So I'd say that would go under that. You're going to start to see more of this, I suspect, come online with the Gen 12 renderer stuff, and I'm hoping that we see that Vulkan support that some of those graphics updates and scalability for your PC come online at the end of this year. But so Zin will appear on certain streams and in certain videos. The plan is to get Zin narrating some videos and appear on stream a lot, and even stream separately sometimes. We are finding our feet still at the moment. Expect the Q4 patch for this year to be mid-December. It's almost certainly either going to be by the end of the year, open PTU or live. I'm expecting live, but if there is a major issue, then it would just be open PTU. Hello, you gorgeous man. Thank you very much, Mr. Toast. I appreciate your love. Bored, my expectations were too high for Saturday. I hope in this particular situation, I did not contribute to anyone's hype for the 10th of October, Saturday. I've said multiple times we are getting a much more minor, much smaller event than CitizenCon. It is not CitizenCon. It is not a CitizenCon replacement. It is something instead of CitizenCon. It is replacing CitizenCon, but it is not a CitizenCon replacement. If you see what I mean. Who was emailing me? Kickstarter. I've got so many. Oh my god. So, okay, on Monday I was pretty rough. I was slept like most of the day, and I was like a little bit fevery. So I was asking Zin to do work and stuff, but also in and out of my fever, I was on Kickstarter ordering Kickstarter things. So I need to go through that later today and make sure I haven't ordered lots of stuff. I mean, obviously, if I ordered a reasonable amount, I've just got like 12 updates today on Kickstarter things. I bit Kickstarter addicted. When I retire, I've realised that retirement to me means that I don't have to work again, but I would probably always will want to work throughout my life until I can't work. And then I also want to be investing in other people's business ideas. And Kickstarter is a gateway to going, I like your idea, I want that, bam. It's early stages. What do you think is the reason for them to not show anything this year? Don't they want the money? Yes, they want the money. Let's be serious about that. They obviously want money. They've got the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo on November. So what happened? They wanted to have CitizenCon this year. So let's talk about this. Okay, let's go all the way back to May. Boop. So the CitizenCon they had planned was going to be on the 10th of October. Yeah, I said earlier this year, 10th of October, bam, CitizenCon. Then the whole global lockdown situation happened, and they basically said, look, because of the pandemic, we're cancelling CitizenCon 2020. But they said, despite this, we plan to celebrate our community with events in the verse throughout the year, and we still plan to celebrate Star Citizen's birthday on the 10th of October. So we're getting a Star Citizen birthday party on the 10th of October. They're doing that digitally. Yeah? So it's not Digital CitizenCon, it's not DigizenCon that people have messaged me about. I think that was a Star Citizen Leaks thing that haters came up with. But yeah, it will not be a virtual CitizenCon, but an online celebration with the community, so stay tuned for updates. Okay? So, that makes sense. It's not a CitizenCon. We're going to have some other stuff instead, so don't expect the big gameplay demos or whatever. Now, this week in Star Citizen, Molly, who has started to do a lot of posts regularly, and is she community manager? Associate community manager, yeah. I suspect she will be a top-level community manager at some point, because she's engaging with the community in a really healthy, regular way. And Zin can do her voice. I think some people actually thought Molly was talking, and some ideas. It's Zin's voice. It's Zin's voice, not Molly. Molly doesn't work for me. Zin does. She said, P.S. We've been seeing some speculation in the community about a virtual CitizenCon, and we just want to give you a friendly reminder. I am a majestic potato. Thank you very much, Bearded Miner. Very much appreciated, sir. You star. Thank you very much for the sub. A legend. Subs have been a way that has kept the channel going so well over the last year and a half. And I realised that if I didn't have subs and I didn't have the YouTube join button and Patreon and all that sort of stuff, that the channel wouldn't work. Really. But because it's got all of them, and then they all sort of support each other, it's not so much of a worry if something went down, or something broke, or I had to move, or whatever. So, yeah. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated for the sub. So, yes, Molly was saying, we just want to give you a friendly reminder that we postponed the event back in May. It's important for us to set... Oh, you monster. Well... I mean, gifting 10 subs also helps. Thank you very much, Sarge. I don't know how to thank you anymore. You've gifted 160 subs to the channel in total, apparently. You are a monster of a person. I don't know whether me going, thank you so much, you don't need to do that. I don't know if that encourages you or disencourages you. I have no idea. All I know is you are a monster, but a very appreciated monster. Lots of people have been given subs, including some regulars as well in Video 101. Dr. Introvertus. And lots of other people. Enjoy your subs. Sarge is a monster. Thank you very much, sir. Genuinely appreciated. But a little mad. But I like it. Thanks. It's important for us to set appropriate expectations and make sure nobody wakes up expecting a gameplay demo or a full day of activities. We're just as anxious to bring back CitizenCon fun as you are, but we've committed to waiting until it's safe for everyone to do so in person. That said, we'll be celebrating Star Citizen's birthday this year in our own way, with a variety of different surprises, and we can't wait for you to check them out. Stay tuned for more information on it later this week. So, what do we think we're having? What do we think we're getting for CitizenCon? Well, we're not getting a CitizenCon. I keep on saying CitizenCon by accident now because I've become more aware of it. So, on the 10th of October, so that's this Saturday, there was going to be CitizenCon, it's not CitizenCon anymore. Instead, we're getting a celebration of the community. Now, I am expecting a 3.11 to go live. That's the first main thing I'm expecting. 3.11 go live. Makes sense. It's open PTU at the moment. It makes sense that they're pushing it for it. You haven't given me more. You haven't given people more subs, you monster of you. No, it's still just reading the list of subs. So yeah, expect 3.11 to go live. That's the first thing. Along with that, at the very least, a mini sale of the 100 series, maybe the Mercury Star Runner as well. Mercury Star Runner should be coming with a 3.11.x, not 3.11.0. So bear that in mind. Could we see a new straight to flyable ship with 3.11 that's not been announced yet? We could. Could we see a concept sale? Yes, and it could be, as I said, the RSI Odin. It could be which is that gunboat that's been rumoured. It could be a Xi'an cargo ship. There could be mobile refinery. We know they've been working on those mechanics, but there's lots of other stuff that CIG have been working on, but we don't know exactly what it is. I've heard some rumours, but nothing that's worth talking about yet, beyond just sort of static. Let's call it there. Yeah, chatter, random chatter. So yeah, I would expect to see something going to concept or straight to flyable, more likely concept, because I think a lot of the guys that would be making ships are either already allocated to teams, have already got quite a big backlog, or are doing environments for the Persistent Universe and more likely Squadron. A lot of people have suggested that maybe we will see Titan suits by the end of this year. I'm hoping that we do, even if it's just a little bit of Titan suit, even if it's just a more sneaky peeky stuff than actually in game. That would be cool. Expect to see a community thank you video, something like we're celebrating Star Citizen's birthday. This is a load of content creators that are thanking the community or community members or whatever, because they seem to always do that. Like thanking, talking about their Star Citizen experience. Maybe a little video of or part of that, where Star Citizen started, where it is now, where it's going. Do I think we're going to see any big demos? No. Do I think we might see a little bit of teasers for some things? Yes, I think that's possible. Do I think we'll see a load of posts about different things? Yes, almost certainly. Could there be an in-game event? There could be. I'm hoping we see something Xenothreat-like, or we see something with the Imperator elections. We know that the Imperator elections start on October 10th, so that is going to happen at the same time, and there's going to be some stuff posted about that almost certainly at the same time. How is that going to be affected in-game? Could there be an in-game event because of that? Yeah, maybe. There's a load of posters for those elections in-game. Could we affect that? Yes, that's a possibility. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know, but there's a lot of stuff that's maybes, and that's sort of what I'm going through here. Don't set expectations huge. Do not. It is going to be a minor event. Expect something probably more towards the end of the year. Something sort of like more demo-like, because I think people are going to be wanting that. Expect something probably quite big for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, because they would have looked at last year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and gone, yeah, this is what worked. They also have Fleet Week now to look at and go, this is what worked. And I suspect they will merge the two ideas together to have a really big event that rivals, if not beats, May, which is when they made $15 million in a month because of that Fleet Week. So, yeah, I'm expecting a lot more from the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo than I am for the 10th of October event. But I'm still expecting some bits. But yeah, I'm interested to know what other people think, though, about that. So what I'm very much looking forward to is on the tomorrow, we've got the monthly reports for Squadron 42 and the Persistent Universe. So that's going to help tell me whether or not we're going to have Pyro and what's going to be towards the end of the year, and if there are other ships coming along. And Squadron 42 monthly report is the only real updates we get on Squadron 42. We do get them monthly, and it's actually quite a big info drop. And they help me work out a lot of what questions to ask when, and what rumours are accurate and which are, bullshittery. There is a gentleman near my house revving his engine very loudly, repeatedly. So bear that in mind. Could they release Theatres of War for the event? I don't think Theatres of War is in a state yet. And the reason I say that is because they didn't have Evocati tests for 3.10, but I know they were still doing office stuff. They were still having internal testing. So I don't think it was ready to go to Evocati for more testing. I think there's various problems with it. I would expect to see a lot more testing for Theatres of War with 3.11, as long as there's no sort of major blocker that I'm unaware of. And then I suspect that they're trying to push for something Theatres of War-y that will be in our hands to some extent by the end of the year, if possible. But with Theatres of War, it's important that they get it right at release, at first release. Like they can keep it with Evocati, and they can keep it in like PTU testing for a long time. So maybe they'll do something like that. A more openish PTU might be a good idea for theatres. But if it's just a trash, buggy mode, then people are going to be like, and then expect the same sort of treatment that Star Marine and Arena Commander get, which is they're left by the wayside, and why did you invest time and effort into them? Do you see what I mean? You right, Dallas Mars, mate? Come outside, board. It's me. Nice. Oh my god. Fortunately, no one's tracked me down in real life. That would be weird. I would call the police immediately. Yeah, Theatres of War needs to be good. It needs to be at the very least good. Thank you very much, Dark Galaxy. Hey, board. I was wondering if there's going to be a ship sale this month. You're an absolute legend. So yes, expect that there's definitely going to be. There will be a ship sale with 3.11 live. So that's almost certainly going to be on the 10th of October. Now, to what extent are we going to have a ship sale? That's a different matter. It might just be the 100 series. It might just be the 100 series and the Mercury Star Runner and any other ships that have received big changes or medium-sized changes in 3.11, because that could be lots of different things, technically. And we could have a larger ship sale because of some sort of Star Citizen celebration. So bear that in mind. Yes, a ship sale. To what extent? Whether it's just a tiny little one with the 100 series or whether it's going to be loads of ships, we don't know yet. But thanks for the money. For the, yeah, sort of, as an answer. Appreciated, mate. Apologies when I don't have the answer that you want, or even that I reckon that you wanted. What else have we got here? Are you doing an official D&D campaign or homebrew? It's official. It's Descent into Avernus. We are doing. So for this D&D campaign, I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be streaming it or recording it or anything. What I'll do is I might blog it. I might social media it. So I've started painting a model for it. And my mates printed out our characters in resin using Hero Forge to build them. Print them out in resin. When this is painted, probably in the next couple of days, I'll show it. Martin Naz is my guy, and he is a rogue, and he's going to be played a bit weirdly. He's going to be very much adopting characteristics of the characters he likes and assimilating them. So he'll probably multi-class into he likes the cleric, and he likes he likes talking to him, and he's like, okay, I'll get on with you. It's like learn a bit of that, and I like the ranger, I learn a bit of that. So I'm playing sort of I'm going to be playing quite creatively rather than sort of mega meta gaming. So bear that in mind. I think I'm quite a creative player though. What's your thoughts on the 100 series, and have you tried that out on the PTU? Yes, I've tried them out on the PTU. I really like them, and I will be buying lots of them in-game with in-game money, and I hope they come to a good equilibrium price-wise. For real money, they're not an idiot's choice. And let me try and phrase something. They're in an odd place, because they've had to raise the price of the Avenger Titan and the 300 series, or the 300 to make them make more sense, because it was, well, I could either buy one of these, or for $5 more I could get an Avenger Titan. So it's a weird one. They're in a weird place for real money, but in game I suspect they'll come to a nice equilibrium where they're just a bit more expensive than a standard starter ship, very affordable, and I suspect they're going to be very good little. Why have you subscribed to me, Zin? I appreciate it. Oh, so you've got a Prime, haven't you? Thank you. Thank you. I'll Prime to you in the future as well, and we can Prime each other. Oh, no! It's not! Sarge gave you a sub! Sarge, you're a monster. What? You got gift subs! You didn't even use your Prime sub! Oh, Sarge, you're a monster. That's fucking hilarious. Bored, will you be playing Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes out in 2 hours? Is it coming out in 2 hours? Oh my god. I will be getting Baldur's Gate 3. I'd potentially stream it or record it. Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 and the expansion packs were part of my childhood and some of the best games ever. Although I do think Planescape Torment's probably the best. Oh, I did really like Dark Sun when I was younger as well. I think Planescape Torment's probably the best one of those that I can remember. But I love Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2. So yeah, I'll definitely, and it's very Mind Flayer-esque and body horror, Baldur's Gate 3. So yes, I'll be playing it definitely myself. And if people want me to stream it or put it on the channel, then I will. I could chuck it on the second channel though. I don't want to clog up my main channel with the non-Star Citizen content where possible. You'll occasionally get an Untitled Goose Game video or something like that of me and Zin doing something co-op together that I think's fun and shows something that I go, look, I had a really great time doing this. Watch my content, even if it isn't Star Citizen content. So you've got an Untitled Goose Game co-op video to look forward to with me and Zin at some point. But Sarge, yeah, you were a monster. Appreciated though, genuinely appreciated. I'll have to feature your org. I can be bought. It's alright, okay. Everyone knows I'm a shill now. I can be bought, Sarge. You know I am. Your beautiful bald head is behind live chat. What? That's Chris's head, and he's not bald. Are rumours about server meshing coming this Christmas true? No. So, what you have heard, thank you very much, Venom Sting, very much appreciated. What you have heard, okay, is Chad McKinley making a joke. Chad McKinley made he's going to come down the chimney like basically Santa Claus with server meshing tech. Yeah, when it happens. Yeah, it's going to be like, let me try and find his quote. Okay, let me try and find it, bear with me. What you're referencing is been taken out of context. Where are we? Where are we going? What are we doing? What was I looking for? I was looking for something. Were you looking for something? I was. No. I was thinking about Chad McKinney. Something about Chad posted. Posty Chad. Posty Chad. Bear with me. Where is the Chad McKinney? Is it McKinney or McKinley? McKinney. Something about... Oh my god. I don't know where this is in my notes. I know those are good... Rainwalker does the posts of this stuff on Reddit as well. His post has got most of the links in. Is it the chat? Well, listen. Yes, this is the one. Bam. Got it. Got it. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So, what you're thinking there, where is server meshing coming in this year? I'm expecting iCache by the end of the year, and it'd be amazing if server meshing is. But basically, someone said server meshing, iCache, what's going on? And Chad McKinley said, I'll let you into a little secret. And this is just me being silly. No dates implied here. I have a big beard and a jolly big laugh. I also keep track of all of those who are naughty and nice. On Synced Meshings Day, I'll be sneaking down the chimney and delivering boxes of cash items with fun surprises. Be sure to leave out cookies and milk. Also, rye, whiskey, neat, straight, or no chaser. In all seriousness, though, things are progressing well. To be clear, this means nothing about anything or any dates. Just a joke. So that's all you've had. That's what you've had, and that's been potentially misinterpreted. Maybe he is saying that it's going to be in for Christmas. I don't think that's what he's saying. I think it's literally just a joke. He's just being silly. The Mean Bean, thank you very much, sir, for subbing. Very much appreciated. I just sat on myself a little bit. But good. It's fine. It's not fine. It hurts. Why would anyone buy a 100i for $60 with 6 SCU? Oh, what's 100? That's a 135C. When you can buy a Mustang Alpha with 6 and it's cheaper. I mean, I get the Avenger Titan. I would buy an Avenger Titan because I think it's a better ship. That is breaking news indeed. Are you and Zin going to be the most interesting? What? Are you and Zin going to be the most interesting Star Citizen content on Saturday? Sounds like COG is going to dash all expectations and kill all hype. It's a little bit defeatist and a bit extreme. He said a long time ago they're not going to be doing a Citizen Con this year because of the global situation. And I expect that they want to, with Citizen Con, they want to push Squadron 42 release dates and big marketing campaign. That is my expectation, genuinely. So I reckon if there's anything going to be happening, it needs to be community-driven. So if there's something to do on Saturday, I'll see if I can convince Trick Zin to streaming some of it live if there's an in-game event or whatever. Otherwise, we'll be just creating videos, powering through that. But yes, I suspect me and Zin are going to be the most interesting content for Star Citizen all throughout the week. Unless Morph does a video, obviously, in which case his are beautiful. And Zin, one day, you will edit like Morph. Or whoever edits for Morph. I assume he edits for himself. What can I do to minimize 30k errors and crashes? So 30k errors are a blanket term for your client disconnecting with the server. So that can be because the server goes down, which you can't mitigate. You personally cannot do anything to stop that server going down, except potentially... Actually, there is some things, maybe. Check out the known issues, and if you know that spawning loads of ships or creating a load of AI to spawn or something, or a particular mission, causes server problems, then avoiding that might actually help with the longevity of a server. But more readily, your internet connection, router settings, having having your PC better set up for gaming and optimized appropriately with all the right drivers and stuff like that. That all helps. If you've got killer network stuff, I hate that stuff. I hate that form of packet routing and prioritization. I think that causes a load of problems. So I always have that stuff off. I could probably make a video in a bit more detail and talk to DC and get some expert opinions beyond my sort of magic thinking when it comes to what would work for mitigating 30k errors. But generally, making your network more stable, getting a router to actually properly look at your packets and sort through them. So rather than like just a trash standard hub for everything. Are there any sales going on this month? As I said, probably something at October 10th, this Saturday. And even if it's just a small little sale. Will we see the return of Safety Boy? We will see Safety Boy at some point, and we'll probably see Safety Girl as well. As I'll go, Zin, you know you hate roleplay, yeah? Yeah. You're role-playing Safety Girl. What is that? That's not a... It's not a weird thing, is it? No, it's just Star Citizen, it's fine. You've been in a... Ted, you've been in a 4th edition campaign for 10 years. So I've heard that 4th ed is not great. But I've not played 4th ed, and I've only played like 2 one-shots of 5th ed. Using the lockdown... during the lockdown, we've been playing over Discord using map tools. So one of my mates, Mike, who's our DM, he has quite an impressive setup. So he's got a proper lighting rig, he's got a sound system, he's got a TV on the table, which is our game board, and it keeps on changing maps on it appropriately. And so it's 1-inch cubes on basically on a monitor, but it's got a perfect spec screen on it, so you can put drinks and stuff on it if you wanted to. And he's got the sound system and a projector, and it's all linked into his laptop, which controls it all with a load of D&D software. Proper high-end nerd stuff. And then he's obviously also printed out our models for our characters. Oh. I'm going to... it's not going to affect content, really. I've got a blood test early in the morning tomorrow because I've got a fatty liver, and I'm constantly paranoid about everything that's wrong with my body, even if it's just like a slight pain, like I've had a bad back as well, so thought it would be sensible to go to see the doctor, but they're seeing if I've got high cholesterol still, because I used to have quite high cholesterol, but that was before I lost like 20 pounds. What's your favourite ship in-game currently? I love the Carrack, I love the Reclaimer, although even though it doesn't have much of its sort of mechanics other than big ship, it's cool. I don't know. I love the Sabre, but I don't use the Sabre much at the moment. Is Star Citizen using Vulkan? Not properly yet. I'm hoping that they have its integration in the Vulkan integration, because it will be DirectX 11 and Vulkan, probably by the end of the year. Star Citizen needs panel hype at CitizenCon. Do you think it can survive no panels this year with current levels of negativity? I don't know if you've noticed, but you can talk about negativity all you want, but the money don't lie. They've made more money this year than sort of ever. Like, May made over 15 million. They're a massively record-breaking year this year, and I suspect it will make a huge amount of money in November, December, like a ridiculous amount, and then we can judge. Do I think that CitizenCon massively helps? Yes. Do I want to see panels? Yes. Do I hope they do some form of panels and deep dive videos instead of CitizenCon? Yes. I do think they are very important. I don't think the current levels of negativity are anything to worry about. You want people to voice their opinions and to go, this is good, this is bad. 3.11 is relatively boring. I said it, it's true. I want more stuff, more features. That what I'm going to be doing for most of 3.11 is hopefully it's in a nice, stable, accessible state. That'll be great. Then me and Zin can play it a lot. I'm hoping that Theatres of War comes online pretty soon, so that me and Zin can play something regularly on stream and make lots of content on that. It'll be nice and simple and easy, and we can chat, and we can mess around, and we basically do gameplay content in Theatres of War, and people will watch it, and probably quite enjoy it. That's the plan, and that's the hope. But 3.11 is in a weird place, because it doesn't add any huge big-ticket features, other than the removal of green zones and the updates to those space stations, which admittedly could allow for some pretty cool gameplay. But yes, I see an importance for CitizenCon every year because of the amount of information it gives, because of those panels, because of what it shows off in short and long-term gameplay, because it's a touches base with Chris and their current focus, their plans, all that sort of jazz. And without it... What? I do think Kit is BoredGamer voice with server-side OCS, yes. What? I don't understand, Huntress! I don't understand. Am I not getting... Kit's one of our friends. BoredGamer's... You think Kit's just a better version of me? Is that what you're saying? Is that what... I don't get it! I'm dumb! You've hurt my brain, Huntress, and my heart. You're doing well, though. Thank you. I love you, Huntress. You're one of the best. Any new info on ships or concepts coming soon? We talked about that earlier. I want a sub. How do I get one? Apparently just hanging around gets you subbed quite often. I've spent over 10,000 on this game. I'm just calling out the bullshit. What? I didn't see what you'd said. You call that away, sir. Did he buy a new mansion and yacht with backer-funded salary? What? Oh, so you're talking about Chris Roberts. So Chris Roberts moved from renting an apartment to buying a house, which worked out significantly cheaper per month. Okay? So, other than the money saved, you look at it, and he's actually saved money if you do it month by month. Those house prices aren't that expensive. You'll go, well, I made several million. Well, yeah, but on two-person salary, they could easily afford that in that sort of area they're in. Chris was wealthy before, and Chris Roberts is probably getting quite a good salary from Cloud Imperium, which is effectively funded by backers. So, yes. And do you think he deserves that? You might not. I think he does, to an extent. I don't know exactly how much it's going to be. Is it 500,000? Probably be happy with that. Is it over 1 million? Probably wouldn't be happy with that. So, take that or leave it. He did not buy a yacht, though. He went on holiday, and there was a yacht there. As far as I'm aware. But he could buy a yacht if he wants. He can do what he wants with his own money. As long as he's not embezzling or taking millions and millions out of the company that's not his wages, I don't care. Are they making the game? Yes. Are they employing over 600 people? Well, or thereabouts. Yes. It makes no sense for them to take a huge amount of salary out now either. It makes more sense for them to put their money into the game, and then when they start selling the game, Chris can cash cow out. He can once they start paying dividends. That's when the real money's to be made. Do I become a concierge after I spend $1,000 in Star Citizen? Yes. $1,000, but not everything counts towards concierge, but most stuff does. I don't think subscriptions, for example, count towards concierge. The benefits are you get some golden items, you get first wave access to patches, ET patches, and you get a concierge newsletter, concierge merchandise is available to you, and I think you get first wave ticket purchases and some waved ship purchases. It is not a huge benefit at all, it's just something extra. It is not something that I would say that you would want to aspire to. Buy a better rig, buy some delicious food. Don't try for concierge. Unless you've got a huge amount of disposable income and you're like, actually, I want to help back this project. Dark Galaxy, yo bored. You're a fan of the Freelancer series. I liked Freelancer, but like I like Free Space 2. Free Space 2 is probably my favourite sort of space game. Spam money at board. Thanks. Appreciated. That's a hashtag I will take. Cloud Imperium has been light with their patches since 3.9. Besides Pyro, anything else that could be keeping close to the chest for a surprise release? But for end of year, there's a load of stuff they could have. Physicalized inventory, physicalized components, iCache. There's a huge amount. I'm hoping pyro as well. Physical damage. There's loads. The fire system. The Hercules C2. Hola, gamer crew. I hope things are well. Yeah, pretty well, mate. Going pretty well. I need to get a bit more organised when it comes to utilising Zin so that she has a marked amount of tasks a day, but also we can play some games and do stuff. At the moment, it's sort of like a bit erratic with me, sort of like, have you got something to do at the moment? Cool. Yeah, no worries. Oh, you haven't got anything to do? Have this video to do. If the 10th is just ship sales, can I repurpose Operation Pitchfork so that we can actually get pitchforks out? I hope at some point they do some memes. We need a pitchfork emote. Actually, we need a pitchfork emote on my channel. Thank you very much, Eagle. That's a good shout. And it's not just going to be ship sales on the 10th, but ship sales will most certainly be part of it. I like people sharing their opinions on Star Citizen in a civil way and not assuming that they represent the whole community in any aspect. I certainly don't. I can represent my own views, and I know a lot of people might agree with me, but that's not everyone, and that's only some people, and I change my mind often, so certainly people couldn't keep up with that. $3 million company. So Star Citizen's made, including investment, by my estimates, over 430 million. Already over 435 million now. Just a marine, I think you're being overly near. You're not being civil. Please be civil. That's all I ask for. And then you're accusing people of being Star Citizen White Knights. Oh! Why? You're an NPC. Bam. See you later, mate. See you later. Enough of that. You've been a bloody idiot. I don't understand. What, you can criticise Star Citizen, you can criticise the project. Why actively try and poke people in the chat, trying to be a douche, and try and say all the stuff with, oh, I think I give people a good enough chance. Shot you a Discord message just now about getting you on the show. Get back to me at your leisure. Execute. For Star Citizen links. Anyways, I'll get back to you. Execute, mate. If there's a ship sale Saturday, should we see hints start to get emailed to concierge in the next couple of days? Oh, probably. When do you think they're going to make the Banu Matchman? Probably after the Polaris. Now, I would expect. I'm expecting to see the Banu Matchman end of next year, or at least it's on the roadmap. What else have we got here? Still 15 minutes behind. Are you going to be playing Star Citizen with subs anytime soon? Yes. We will be organising that. I don't know when. It will be soonish. After 3.11 comes out, probably. I'm going to get Zin to start to organise that stuff. So that we can I can just jump in and we can be recording and doing some stuff. And it doesn't get in the way of us playing if people crash out or there's issues. Do you know what I mean? Where is Chris Roberts? There he is. 1 second. Do you want me to get through to Chris? Is that what you want? Hey guys, I'm still here. Hi Chris. I just wanted to say that I'm still making a game, and BoredGamer is probably the best content creator we've got. Thanks, Chris. That's appreciated. Don't talk when I'm talking, Bored. Yeah, I really like your stuff. Remember to back and pledge. And love you all guys. I'm going to go and do some more coding. Bye. Thanks, Chris. That's really appreciated. See, he's back there now. There he is. What else have we got? How many cores and RAM is considered long-term future-proofing for Star Citizen? So they, as far as I was aware, the last time they talked about it, they had Star Citizen working across 30 cores. But that's more sort of like, that's not going to be essential. let's put that out there. And RAM-wise, I've got 64 gigs, but you're probably going to be doing well with 32 gigs in the future, in my opinion. Although we'll have to wait and see. So one of the reasons I worked out that I wasn't having so many issues as other people is because I had 64 gigs of RAM for like, over like 18 months now. And Star Citizen used to have like memory leaks and problems with loading and stuff. If you've got a load of RAM, it wasn't much of an issue. Oh, and I had an Octane drive and things like that. And having super fast SSDs helps, or super low latency SSDs. Cool, there was supposed to be a Squadron 42 event at the end of the year. Do you remember anything? So there was a rumoured event that Montoya and Batgirl overheard, them celebrating something about Squadron 42 by the end of this year. That is just a rumour. Are you secretly a potato pretending to be a human? Or as I am a human dreaming of being a potato all along? I'm not a fan of... Well, I'm not a fan of what I've heard of 4th Ed. A lot of people have de-recommended it to me. And said 5th Ed is great for D&D. Is BoredGamer originally from the Egypt area? He said it is an alien shape, like some of the mummies. Thanks. Thanks, Travis. Appreciate it. No, we can all laugh at ourselves, can't we? We can all laugh, oh, I've accidentally banned you. No, I haven't really. Upgrade Carrack to potato? No, Polaris. Yay or no? I would say nay. I like the Carrack more than the Polaris. Thank you very much, the bearded guy. Appreciate it for the money. I like it when people chuck me money. I'll update this this beer donation goal. We'll just get rid of the donation goal for now. Oh, that's the wrong one. I don't always need a donation. Oh no, I broke. What? If What is? I'm a good streamer. I was gonna play at some point Star Wars Squadrons, but I'm not that impressed with it. It's just an okay looking, really basic Star Wars flight sim. I'm not a massive fan of Star Wars. It's alright. I love Star Trek. But I wouldn't say like I give Star Trek like 8 out of 10 for sci-fi. I'm not like a 10 out of 10. Oh my god, sci-fi brush. Give Star Wars a 6. But there's lots of problems with it, apparently. I'll give it a go at some point on my Valve Index, because apparently it's pretty good. VR, when it works, apparently there's a load of bugs with it. But at some point I'll be testing that out myself for sure. Oh, so some people are saying that they're expecting the roadmap updates for the 10th of October. Maybe. I was expecting it for a few weeks out. Do you think CIG will have their own version of Game Glass that communicates directly with their MFDs? I think they'll look at a lot of stuff like that. But I think that, well, and I hope that they make use of the companies that want to support them. So Game Glass, just get Game Glass to do it. My Radar, so the guys that do the weather stuff, I hope that they do weather stuff for Star Citizen as an app properly. What else have we got here? You know the mummies in Egypt aren't aliens, right? No, sorry, I'm not salty about that comment. I'm not. What else have we got? Yeah, so I heard that for Halloween, there's going to be a green skin for the Cutlass. That's what people have rumoured. I suspect that's pretty accurate. Passport for pics. Oh dear. Oh, for my fleet. Okay. When do you think ship-to-ship docking might be out? So the first type of docking you're going to see is the Constellation docking with the P52 and the P72. They're working on that at the moment. I'm expecting that to actually be for 3.12. I'm also expecting and hoping that we will have ship-in-ship spawning. Vehicle in ship spawning for 3.12. I'm hoping that is going to be the case. After that, you'll see ship-to-station docking with docking collars for the larger ships. Don't know when that's coming in. They're working on it at the moment. We've seen some tests and stuff like that. They've got a percentage through it, but I'm not sure what percentage that is. And then later you'll have ship-to-ship docking, which is a bit more complicated. Any news at all, even the slightest on the Polaris, Starliner, and Endeavour in the last year? The Polaris needs less concept work and is probably going to see its completion before the ban in Merchantman. That was implied. But other than that, not much. I don't think any of them are in active development at the moment. I can't remember what they said about the Starliner, actually. You think 3.12 will be the last 3.x patch? I think it could be a 4.0 patch. If Pyro is in for the end of the year, they'll rename it to 4.0. If I'm correct, there's a CitizenCon early next year. So that's my expectation. First half of 2021, we'll see a CitizenCon because they will have postponed it and want a CitizenCon as early as possible. Despite all its flaws, Star Citizen is still a graphically and functional game. Amazing. I love Star Citizen. I think it's very playable now, but it's not playable for huge periods of time without the right group. And very much if you want to just be a Star Citizen tourist and every 3 months go, what's new? And you can do that. It's pretty fun. I am waiting for it to be a full game very excitedly. I appreciate all the love. Thank you. Yes, I've lost about 20 pounds of weight in the last 6 months or so. I've been actively trying to lose weight. But that's because I had high cholesterol and a fatty liver. And basically the doctor went, cholesterol's extremely high. I was like, okay. I'll stop eating all the ice cream and bacon. Yesterday I had a sundae, and this morning I had a bacon sandwich. Actually, I had bacon, eggs, and toast, so it was a lie. Do you think the green skin on the Cutlass will have a Daka Daka decal on it? Oh, but an Orky Daka Daka. It'll be spooky. Halloween, right? When will the Banu take the current president back home? Hey Board, pass on to Zinnia that she's doing a great job with the latest video. First time recording can be a daunting experience. She handled it like a pro. She's done some voiceover before. She's not done a whole video before. I write the scripts very roughly. Go, Zin, this is what needs to say, bam, do it. So I want to get her used to doing that. So when I'm incapacitated, like because on Monday I was out of it. I had a fever. Give me a fever. I was totally out of it. Do you think it's easier to get in and out of the 100i because it doesn't have a ladder like the 300i? What? That's how far. How have I been getting in it? No, it's got a ladder. Sure, I've been getting in through a ladder. Related to facial hair, would it be easier to model than head hair, and thusly in-game sooner than long hair? They were working on facial hair tech. I know that, and they want beards to look good. But I'm not sure how far it is compared to long hair. We will see beards at some point, probably not in the not too distant future. People send me more money. You're bored. My freelance Max is having mental breakdowns every day and keeps crying fuel. What should I do? Hope that it's fixed in 3.11 live, and rate it, put it up as a bug. I think that it's already known that some of the ships are bleeding fuel a bit too much. Try changing the quantum drive out as well. This is... I can tell that English is not your first language, and that it's not meant to be offensive. It is. I just can tell. I hear Chris Roberts listing wit law problems, wit under cooperation, hop help at game, with a weird squiggle, and lot players too, and Chris got big law problem with Star Citizen. What? They had issues with Crytek trying to sue them a while ago, which Crytek then tried to dismiss their own case, and then they settled afterwards, which the settlement was expected to pay, that they just paid for their own legal fees. Bit of a grey area whether they should have been able to get away with that, Crytek. But I don't know the whole story. Maybe there was something that they had there. I don't think so. Is aim assist for FPS combat still planned? Not as far as I'm aware. Maybe with controller. I didn't think they were going to have aim assist with FPS combat. And there's effectively aim assist for ships weapons. With your weapon choice. Maybe there will be weapons in Star Citizen which deal lower amounts of damage but are assisted. Or maybe there might be modules for weapons that make them more aim assisted. But they'll have downsides. Consider your channel a giant among the other Star Citizen content creators. I appreciate that. Connie, Taurus for 3.11 or 3.12? I think for 3.12. That's what it looks like. When will Star Citizen support VR? Expect Squadron 42 to support it first, almost certainly. Once they've put Vulkan integration in, hopefully by the end of the year, then they'll be able to look at VR and give us a bit more information about their plans with it in the future. Don't expect it for a long time, though. Did he just say honk? What? Huh? 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 That's what you want as your ship horn? You wait until we release that Untitled Goose Game, mate. Take care, Dark Galaxy, mate. Thanks for joining us. Ships should have a PA system for transmitting voice to speakers around ship. I think they will have. I think they've talked about it and said maybe. Mercury Star Runner on ready for 3.11 release? Question mark. Possible. It's very unlikely. They've basically said Mercury Star Runner for 3.11.x, so not 3.11.0 initial live build. So do not expect it for the initial live build. I would not recommend rocket jumping with grenade launcher. But there will be gravity tools and push and pull tools and things like that for EVA. I'm not sure if we'll have to have like mini jump packs or anything like that when moving around planets as well. It's a possibility in the future. Yes, I'm looking forward to spacescaping for Star Citizen with like areas of cloud and smoke and nebula and stuff like that. It does look very good. So yeah, a load of people play Dungeons and Dragons and 5th edition. I think a lot of people quite enjoy playing remotely. I much more enjoy doing that live, and I think a lot of people probably do. But both work. I think actually probably a lot of people love playing remotely. Admit. Is Rock this still the go-to for money making? It is a strong contender for money making. We'll have to see how they balance the economy in 3.11 live, because that could change quite a lot still. Hey man, any timeline for when server meshing happens? No hard timeline yet. They said they wanted to have it almost ready by the end of this year. They need iCache and some other tech that's coming on potentially this year to come online first. So I'm expecting server meshing by the end of the first half of 2021. The first iteration of it. And yeah, that could increase server performance significantly. That could increase should increase the player cap significantly. Is there any word on more character models to choose from? There's a load more faces to mess around with. Well, the default faces have changed somewhat for 3.11. We've talked about the concierge benefits already a couple of times. Now that infantry is in for 3.11, it's just a little bit more infantry. It's working towards a true physicalized infantry system. So we don't have that yet. Thank you very much, Gate Shark. Oh, keep up being awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. How long do you expect for ships to get passes to add infantry containers to them? Any news? So we've got the Rock infantry container. That is accessible in 3.11. I'm expecting more for 3.12. Has anyone ever tried to hit players or NPCs with missiles? Yes. What? You mean individually on the ground? Yes, still. With low success rates. What are your thoughts on the new glaive and scythe? They look amazing. I think they look beautiful. I'm glad they made it in line with the blade. Can we get a talking goose for these streams? I mean, Zin's already made something, so we'll look at that later. We'll look at that later. See, after we've released some Goose Game footage, that's a proper video of it then. Alien species anytime soon. So they're working on Xi'an at the moment. Obviously, got the Vandal. The Vandal will be the first proper race we see in game properly, almost certainly. And they're working on the Xi'an at the moment, so probably the Xi'an after that. Any updates on Theatres of War? They've been quiet. So yeah, it was weird that they didn't get any Evocati testing done with 3.10. I knew they were testing it internally quite a lot still. Obviously, there must have been some issues with that, or they decided that, well, we'll do it with 3.11. I'm expecting lots of 3.11 testing with the Evocati in the coming weeks. And we might see in the monthly report tomorrow some updates with that. Salvage question mark. We don't have any more information on salvage. I'm expecting, however, the first tier of salvage to literally be with physicalized components, and it be removing and putting in, well, removing components from a ship, removing weapons from a ship, and taking them back to yours and then selling them. Or being able to reuse them. What happened to Pyro? They're working on Pyro. We'll see some more updates on Pyro tomorrow in the monthly report. It's one of the things they've worked a lot on. I'm hoping we see it at the end of this year, some of it. They haven't confirmed or denied that yet, though. Right. What else have we got? Do you think CIG would increase old ship prices in the future because they are popular? Not real life ship prices. They might do tiny little minor adjustments, like they did with the... So when 3.11 goes live, the 300i and the Avenger Titan are going up by $5. But I don't think other ships will get the same sort of treatment. Have you tried out Microsoft Flight Simulator yet? Yes. It's kind of cool, but it's a very chill game. Do you think this isn't going to happen early 2021? Yeah, first half of 2021. When we see both org and bobbly physics 2.0. So org stuff, they're working on it at the moment. They're working on team stuff, group stuff, where you interact with people, and org features at the moment. I don't know when or where we're going to get them, but every patch should see little updates. How much do you think the Mercury Star Runner will cost in game? Same or more than the Carrack? Less than the Carrack. It is a simpler, less. It's not a Carrack. Probably about half the price of a Carrack. Hi, Bored. Been out of the loop recently. What's the latest on Theatres of War and its release? We talked about that. Do you think we'll be able to see any customizable HUD colors in the future? Yeah, I'm hoping so. I suspect we'll be able to customize our Mobileglass actual color HUD. They actually showed the ability to do that a while ago, years ago now actually, but they haven't given us those options in game yet. So I would expect us to be able to change those HUDs. Ship HUDs, maybe we'll be able to change the computer for different HUDs and things. We do know that each ship will be getting its own themed HUD for its manufacturer. At the very least. But beyond that, will there be customization for it? Maybe. If it's sensible to do so. Will we get other features like repair, farming, salvage, and medical, etc.? Yes. We will be getting them at some point. I would suspect that repair and salvage is the focus. Well, repair, salvage, and medical is probably all the focus at the same time because they're all super core. Farming a lot later out. But you'll see these mechanics like implemented in stages. So, for example, the medical mechanics, you've seen people be able to get stunned and knocked over and stuff like that now, and literally knocked out. Expect people to be bleeding out, expect the ability to be able to use items on other people to get them up, stabilize them, that sort of thing, and then to open up hospitals. And they'll be adding lots of these little bits until there is like a whole fleshed out gameplay loop for medical gameplay. So lots of little bits that they're working on now. Some of that are already in. Do you think there's going to be massive content and feature drop as soon as they get inventory and server meshing stuff running? I mean, there's going to be... I do think there's going to be a lot more coming into the game gameplay loop-wise and feature-wise like that once they finished a lot of the core of systems, like server meshing, like Squadron 42, which represents the huge core of the game done, things like that. So yes, to an extent... obviously, they've been building their tools and gearing up for a long time, but they are working on a load of these big-ticket features to some extent. And once they've got a lot of the core systems out, they can actually focus a lot more on the basic gameplay loops, like salvage, like farming, like whatever. Serious question, any further news on Crusader? So Crusader and Horizon, its landing zone, are coming Q1 and Q2 of 2021. They're splitting them between the two. That's what they've said. Sup? Right. BoredGamer, my love to you, man, your family, and Zin, thank you. I consider Zin almost part of my family. She's one of my bestest friends now, and she's not escaping me. Her and her partner, DC, they are some of the best people in the world, as is Kit. As is Cameron. Who else do I really like as people? My parents are pretty good. I love me. Mwah, me. Not you, Chris. You're a good boy too. Do you think we're going to see any VR support for the game coming into place in the next year? Not in the next year. But I think they might talk a little bit about VR once Vulkan supports in there, hopefully by the end of this year. So over the next few quarters, maybe they'll talk a bit more about their plans for VR, and I do think it's going to be many years before VR's in the game properly. I'm almost certainly Squadron 42 first. BoredGamer ship skin when? You just paint your ship yellow and black, and then you can use that for either test or BoredGamer. Perfect. Oh! What's this here? You can buy BoredGamer merch below on my YouTube channel videos now. Oh, it's a BoredGamer mug. That looks like it would be delicious to drink from. It might make things taste better. As opposed to drinking them out of the toilet at the very least. That's probably accurate, right? Buy my merch. Buy my t-shirts. Buy my merch. Give me money. Or just send me money directly. You don't need to buy stuff. I'm a kind and generous god. I want a mug. There you go. Maybe I'll do some prizes for mugs in the future as well. But yeah. I might dash off in a minute. I'm going to, because I want to get another video out. We'll answer some more questions. We'll have a quick chatteroo. And then we'll dash off, I think. I'll make sure Zin's alright. And then I might start to work on tomorrow's videos as well. But we'll be getting another video out in a bit for looking at 3.11 going open PTU and the patch notes, the latest N patch, I think. Is there a way to bring back PvP to the game? Yes. So some of the changes they've done in 3.11 might help. So that's the missile changes and countermeasures changes so that it's not trash. That helps. Then if they can sort out the desync and make stuff a bit more balanced, that will put PvP in a reasonably good place, in my opinion. At least not in a trash place. So that's the way they need to bring back PvP. Make it so that desync isn't a major issue. Make it so that missile spam isn't just like, come on. And maybe have some variant metas so that certain weapons aren't just super OP, so that the balance needs to be there as well. I just want it to be in a better place. It doesn't need to be perfect yet. It just needs to be in a better place than it has been for a while. The days of, what? 3.2.3? 3.6.2? No. Maybe 3.6.2? 3.6.3? Is it 3.6.3 I'm thinking about? My brain's gone. I'm tired. My brain's gone now. I used to really enjoy 2.6.3. The days of 2.6.3 had really, really good... Had really, really good PvP. I'm saying. I can't remember what I'm talking about. I remember the days, kids, when PvP used to be fun. Have you heard anything about being able to name our ships and vehicles? Yes, that should be a thing. Will be a thing. I think that's going to be coming maybe around the same time as they have the aftermarket customization system. It's a thing. They've talked about it before. We just don't know when we're getting it. They will be adding facial hair and beards at some point. Any information on different modules for like the Carrack, etc. No, they haven't given us much info yet on enhanced ship modularity. We should see that at some point come online for a load of the ships, like the Caterpillar, like the whatever. Lots and lots of ships. When do you think we'll see ship inventory, as in holding armor and guns? So that's the fully physicalized inventory system. I think they're actually working towards that for the end of this year, and that's what I'm hoping. That will mean that you don't have magic bags of holding anymore. You have to have your armor stored in your ship if you want to change into it, or be wearing it. And you can't have all your items on you. You have to have them placed in your hab and in your ships and that sort of stuff. Right. What is it? 3.6.3 I'm thinking of? Or is it 2.6.3? One of those patches I really liked for PvP combat, and now I can't remember because it's so long ago. Right. I love all of you very much, or at least to some degree. Some more than others. Others being pretty low on that, but some being pretty high. yeah, thank you very much for watching me today. Thank you so much to Sarge for being a madman, donating billions and billions of subs to people like he always does, and for giving me basically buying a 3080 for Zin, so that we can both have 3080s and hopefully record at over 60 frames in 4K, and both of us have sort of standardized footage that we'll be able to use for events and streams. And I wonder what we can stream at. I need to mess around with some stuff. But yeah, as me and Zin find our feet more, we'll be getting more and more content out. We'll be streaming more and more. We'll be playing a lot more. That's the idea and that's the plan. Will CIG add kids for immersion? No. I believe they are staying far, far away from kids because it raises the rating of the game. And it sort of makes sense. You have a good day when you log. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Stormfire, mate. You're a good chap. I appreciate you being here. You're a long-time supporter, and it is. I appreciate the love. Thank you, sir. Yes. Hope everyone's doing well. I will talk to you all very soon. I'll get a video out in the next like half an hour or so. Another one. But yeah, I appreciate you being here today. Thanks very much for the love. Will volcanoes, black holes, and meteor showers be implemented in the game? So, some forms of space weather, yes. Black holes, I believe, are a thing. They shown on the star map, and anomalies and stuff like that. Will there be some other strange weather on planets? Yes. Volcanoes, they said they were hard to do, although you might see some form of volcano, just no flowing lava. Because they said rivers and flowing lava are hard at the moment. Maybe in the future. Right. Love you guys. You take care. Thanks very much for watching. We're going to go find someone to host on the Twitch. We'll get a lot of coverage for 3.11 and for the October 10th event for sure. He was online. We are going to give Maya some love. Slash raid Myru. Right. Thanks very much for watching. You guys take care. Love you loads. Zin sends her love as well. I just assume she does. I didn't ask her. I sent her love casually. Like a love sender. I'm reckless. I'm a maverick. Thanks very much for joining me today. Very much appreciated. You guys take care. Stay safe. If you need to get in contact with me, you can get me on my Discord, discord.gg/BoredGamer, or contact@boredgamer.co.uk. Send me an email. Love you loads. See, Zin does send her love. He's here and sends her love. Love you guys loads. You take care. Peace, love, and all that sort of jazz. Mwah. Oh, 1 second. I've got a little message. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Chris Roberts, and I make space games like Star Citizen. It's going really well, and I'm doing some physics coding and stuff like that. Here I am, just so you know I'm here, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me soon. And yeah, this is I talk like this. And thanks for supporting BoredGamer and Star Citizen. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Chris. It's appreciated. Don't worry about that. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Take care.